Alrighty, what's up everybody? Jonathan here with Boston Collectors, and last but not least, especially if you've watched the previous videos, we have R2-D2. Now, before we really start deep diving into what we have here, I do want to promote our socials again. Instagram, TikTok, we're here, Twitter. If you'd like to hear our expanded thoughts, or if you'd like to hear announcements and things as they happen, you have that over here on Instagram. Definitely go ahead and hit us up over on Twitter and TikTok if you just like to see, random videos of my collection and things of that nature. Now, going back to R2-D2, 270 bucks. All right. We also have 4 payments. It's a max of 4. Payments start as early as next year, starting in January at least. Don't forget to apply that payment plan if you're looking to do so. I screwed that up big time. Now, you can either apply that payment plan or you can go ahead and just outright spend the 270 bucks if you so choose. Now, like the other announcements, this one is also expected to ship between April and September of 2023. It could be later. Again, as you know, COVID and the way that the world is right now. It's unfortunate, but these are the times that we live in. Now, moving on to what's in the box, and then we'll go ahead and start looking at the rest of the images up here. With R2-D2, again, it's taking the likeness of the Attack of the Clones R2-D2. Now, we do have a die-cast metal dome, which is also featuring a 360-degree horizontal spin design. Earlier, I couldn't tell if it was a 60% die-cast material going on here or if it's 80%. The text is so small on the images, and I really wish they would have applied it here in the text, but unfortunately, they did not. It's also coming with the remote control LED light-up function, which include 8 sets of LED light-up points. So this is definitely going to be battery operated. Now, the remote control is also controlling sound effects, which have 14 iconic R2-D2 sounds. With that, we also have 1 pair of articulated terrain tread legs, which you can see here on the figure. You also have 1 articulated and retractable center tread leg, which will be seen deployed from the midsection here of R2. You also have 1 extending periscope, openable panels, and last but not least, you have the special package design with the Star Wars Attack of the Clones logo as well. Now, moving on down to the accessories, you have 1 C-3PO mechanical head with LED light up function, and yes, very similar to the battle droid of Geonosis, yellow light battery operated. This thing right here is the new Grogu. I told my wife this before I went to bed last night. This is the new Grogu. Any and every figure that we receive, it's going to come with a C-3PO mech head or Grogu, or your Grogu might come with a C-3PO mech head. Who knows? Moving on, 1 pair of rocket thrusters for flight mode with 2 real-like thruster fire effects. You also have 13 pieces of arms, some equipped with magnetic function. Now, these are very, very tiny, and we'll see those in a bit. I'm going to go through the whole list here. Now, we have 1 tether cable. This was used in Attack of the Clones to take away C-3PO's head from the droid and back to his own person. You also have 1 lifeform scanner, 1 computer terminal arm, 2 lockpick arms, 1 repair arm, 2 multi-function utility and interface arms, as well as 1 pair of computer interface arms, a utility arm, a utility saw, and 1 universal computer interface arm. This guy was the probe droid before probe droids. You also have 1 infrared remote control for R2-D2 sound effects and LED light up functions, as mentioned earlier. And last but not least, 1 specially designed figure stand. Now, as we go up here to the images, they look so good together. I like that they did this because I've noticed in some of their imagery, they don't do this. It's always great when you see figures together. It sort of make you feel like you can't buy one without the other. Here we can see R2-D2 with some of the extensions here on his person. And this is him just fully kitted out. This looks amazing. This also looks like something you don't want to have around your kids or your pets because these little parts can, I don't know, like when you open that box, you have to be very, very, very careful. Once it hit the floor, I think it might be gone for good. This looks really incredible though. I love this. There's that leg we talked about earlier from the midsection. Chances are when I use this though, I'm probably going to go ahead and keep the lifeform scanner up. That's probably my favorite one. We've got the C-3PO helmet there being dragged. I like that little compartment there as well. Very detailed. The weathering on this looks really good too. If I don't end up using a life scanner, I'm probably going to go ahead and use the thrusters, but I don't know. Or you could just use R2-D2 just kind of chilling. Maybe one of his hands waving. So we're here at the accessories page already. So it sort of showed that they didn't put these in order. So we're going to go ahead and start with this before we finish. And zooming in here, you have a lot going on. And again, this is going to be very tricky to unbox. If anything, I would suggest maybe having something like a mat on the table where it's sort of rugged, if you will. That way, if it falls, it's not, it's not going to bounce or roll away or what have you. These parts are very easy to lose. So we also have the remote control LED light up function, which you can see we have lights here on the back, on the top, and obviously on the front as well. The lights can change, indicating his mood. I think that's really cool. We also have the remote control sound effects. It looks like the remote control is here in the Star Wars logo, which honestly, I've seen this, I feel like, through Sideshow. And these compartments, like there's a magnet there, if I recall, that open up all of these compartments as well. So I'm wondering if they went ahead and put that in it. We also have the die-cast metal dome. Again, I can't tell if that's 60% or 80%. I feel like that's 60 because I doubt that they will go ahead and make like this, for example, die cast, and I don't know if they would make that part around their die cast or not, but maybe it's just the dome and these little blue portions and some of the knobs are plastic. I'm not really sure. Again, I wish they would have put that in the description for us. And again, we have him sort of activated here as we see on the left hand side with all of the bits and fobs there. We have the scanners and things of that nature, all of the arms and things like that laid out. We have the thrusters, we have the stand, and last but not least, C-3PO's head. So moving on, again, I really like the look of this. That looks cool. C-3PO's head is just going to be, that's going to be an accessory forever. Again, going through all of the images here, which are out of order, they're also showing how, how articulated a lot of these little bits can be. I can appreciate that. A lot of the same imagery here, though. I would like to see, if that logo, maybe if they held it up to it to indicate that that's a magnet opening these pieces, because how else are we going to open these up, right? There's got to be a magnet there. I don't see any indicator here where we can open it with our fingers or with a nail. I don't know. Let me know what you all think down below. I feel like it might be, but I could be wrong. You can also tell they used a PNG here. There's a very defined square around the light there. They didn't clean that edge up. That's not why we're here. So going back to the price tag, $270, NRD at $27. Is this worth it? For $270, a 7-inch figure with all of these articulated pieces and C-3PO's head. Now, $270 for this, I'm gonna say right off the bat, that's too much. It's a little too much. But I understand why they would think to price it that high. So we have LED features. We also have sound, 14 different sound bites going. And we also have die cast in the dome. Now, taking that into consideration, we also have C-3PO's head, and that could possibly be die cast as well. I wish they would stop with this because I feel like that's almost just raising the price for no reason. If we have it with the battle droid, I don't think we need it with R2-D2, but I understand why they would do that. If you're not picking up C-3PO, or if you're not picking up the battle droid, maybe you want to have it with R2-D2. But then, wouldn't you almost feel like, oh man, now I need a battle droid, so I'm going to buy that so I can have C-3PO's head, or vice versa, having C-3PO for R2-D2, swapping that out. You see where I'm going with this? I can see why they would jack the price up a little bit, but for $270, I don't know. You've got a lot of moving pieces here, very tiny, very fragile. $270 just seems like a lot. I feel like $235 would have been better, personally. I can't say this is less than $200 at all. It's really not, but $270 is rough. I don't want to make an excuse for them, but I understand having the sound bites in there. That's huge. I don't think we actually have a figure. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I don't think we have a figure with sound bites, especially that many of them. LED light up features, we kind of get that from time to time in a lot of our figures. We have one portion of it, the dome of R2-D2 is die cast, not the rest of it. That's going to be plastic. Things can change in post-production, who knows, but right now that's all we know. C-3PO might have die cast, and that could jack the price up a little bit, and he's also LED light up, and I think that's the reason they buffed that price. But I would have preferred $235 at the very least. I think $270's it's pricey, but there's only a couple R2-D2s on the market right now. We have Sideshow's R2-D2, and you also have the secondary market if that's your thing. But Considering R2-D2 from Hot Toys is not obtainable right now at retail, this is retail. This right here is retail. You can't go to eBay and expect to see anything lower than this, unfortunately. So let me know what you all think down below. If you think 270 is worth it, if you feel like that's a little too steep, or if you feel like it's reasonable for what we have included. Again, this is actually one that I am picking up. I say that, but I am actually picking up R2-D2. I don't own one. So let me know if you all are picking this up down below. How do you feel about the price? Are you like me where you're like, I gotta get it. It's the only one out right now at a reasonable quote unquote price. Let me know what you all think. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors. Again, stay tuned. We have so much content coming up. Stay tuned for the cinematic showcases. We might slide in a couple unboxings. We have a couple figures that we haven't unboxed for you all, but stay tuned. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors. Don't forget to hit us up over on socials, like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the flippity flop.